Giuliani's still giving speeches, meaning people are still inviting him to speak in front of a group of people, a crowd, if you will. And his latest performance was quite a sight to see. Let's watch.
She said, you did a wonderful job on September 11. And therefore, I'm making you an honorary knight, commander of the Royal something or other. I turned down a knighthood because if you took a knighthood, you had to lose your citizenship. I know Prince Andrew is very questionable now. I never went out with him. Ever. Never had a drink with him. Never was with a woman or a young girl with him. Ever. One time, I met him in my office, and one time when we had the party, right, Bernie? You were there.
So he's likely referring to Bernie Kerik, the former New York City police commissioner. I just want to know, like, who in the audience is laughing at that stuff? Like,
so every year he does this 9/11 speech, and it's really somber moment, obviously. And he was the mayor of New York, obviously, when it happened. America's mayor, they call him because of that, and he brags about it nonstop. And on that same anniversary date, the 20th anniversary, he put out a tweet saying, "I can't believe that some people are making 9/11 political." Dude, that's your entire career. No. You remember that old line that Joe Biden used when Giuliani was running for president? He said, with Giuliani, everything is noun, verb, 9/11.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And so now he comes and gives this, what appears to be a drunk speech, because first of all, he's mocking the Queen. But okay, so I don't care about mocking the Queen, but it's kind of a weird thing to do on a serious 9/11 speech. And then he starts riffing. Like now he's having fun, and he's like, and then Prince Andrew. I never went out for a drink. I like to go out for drinks, but not with Andrew. He was in the office. So Bernie, you remember that? Bernie's like, oh, please stop talking, right? And then he's like, now look, and I was never with the women with Andrew, never with the young women. Who asked? That's like the guy who walks into the room when you're kids and goes, I'm not gay. Okay, all right, no, but nobody asked, right? So he just volunteers that in the middle of a 9/11 speech. But it didn't stop there.
So he was asked whether he had, indulged in some alcohol, and he denied that profusely during an interview with the Daily Mail. He said, well, according to Mediaite, when pressed on if he had been drinking, Giuliani told the Daily Mail, yes, I had a scotch, but I was not drunk.
Sure.
He then continued by blasting the left for what he sees as a smear, saying, quote, there is a deliberate attempt by the left wing to paint me that way. Or maybe there's a deliberate attempt by you to paint yourself that way. Not just in the context of that speech, but in the context of his entire existence lately.
Yeah, look, he did not have a scotch. And by the way, it's not the left. There's been several leaks from right wingers close to Trump saying that Giuliani's drinking nonstop, okay? So we didn't leak those stories. His buddies in the Trump circles leaked those stories. And so when a guy who seems to be having visible issues on national TV with alcohol says, yeah, I had a scotch, but I'm not drunk, that usually means he had 6 or 8 scotches and is incredibly drunk, which is then backed up by the evidence. That's that clip. There's another clip where he's talking about General Milley. It's Milley. He's not General Miley Cyrus. And then he threatens to kick his ass, which Milley probably found to be quite amusing.
Yeah, okay. So also in a recent interview with NBC, when he was asked about his drinking, Giuliani had described himself as functioning. As to explain his statement, Giuliani said the word functioning has 10 other meanings.
Does it?
I'm not even sure of what the significance of using that word is. Am I a functioning alcoholic? No. Then what do you mean by functioning, homeboy? Like, he's so bad at covering up anything, really. So he further explained, I'm not an alcoholic. I use the word functioning. I don't know why I use the word functioning, because you're an alcoholic.
And why do you keep repeating it?
Right.
Because you're drunk.
I am 77 years old. I've never been an alcoholic. I've never been treated for alcoholism.
Oh, come on.
Well, the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. I have worked every day of my life. The longest time I ever took off was for COVID. Look, I actually have genuine advice for Giuliani. Let go and let live. Like, stop working, okay? Go away. Like, enjoy your life. Don't be in the public spotlight. Like, the problem with public figures, and all public figures, whether they like it or not, will eventually be demoted, okay, by life, okay? They'll get to a point in their careers where no one wants them anymore. And guess what? Listen to the people. Leave with dignity, okay? Leave with whatever respect you have, and like, people who are privileged enough to be able to retire, the fact that they don't retire and decide to make fools of themselves publicly like this, what is wrong with you? Retire and enjoy your life. Do what 99.9% of Americans freaking fantasize about but can't do.
And there's the hashtag too soon, right?
Oh my God, and once I get to Giuliani's age, I'm eating everything. I'm eating everything, I'm never wearing makeup. It doesn't even matter. Like indulge in what life has to bring after you've been demoted as a public figure. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
This is not too soon, this is too late.
Too late, way too late. You think I want to be in front of a camera for the rest of my life? No.
Okay, I have more fun drunk Rudy quotes. But before I get to that, I want to emphasize two of the quotes that Anna read to you guys. He said, I'm not even sure what the significance of using that word is. Am I a functioning alcoholic? No. So apparently you are aware of the significance. That's why you used it correctly in the very next sentence.
And also, he's not a functioning alcoholic. He's not functioning.
Dude, there's stuff running down your face and things running out of your mouth, okay? You are not at all functioning. The reason why it's an issue is because we can all tell you're not functioning.
Come on.
You know how someone's an alcoholic? When they say this, I've never been treated for alcoholism. You know what that means? You can't prove it. You can't prove it. If you ask me, hey, Cenk, are you an alcoholic? That'd be out of the blue. It got nothing to do with alcoholism, right? And I might say, be defensive because why are you asking me out of nowhere, right? But I wouldn't say, I've never been treated for it. You only say that if you've considered being treated for it and decided not to. Well, it wouldn't even occur to you. So let's do one more set of hilarious drunk Rudy quotes. So he says, if I was an alcoholic, I'd be freaking dead by now. Wait, that means you drink so much. What are you saying?
There are alcoholics who survive their alcoholism, right? Like you don't, anyway, keep going.
Okay, he says, I'd be freaking dead by now. It's a complete lie. I'm on television all the time. I know, that's how we know you're an alcoholic. Anyway, I'm as lucid as you can be. Agree to disagree. I'm not demented like Joe Biden. You were trying to say dementia. Already this is going sideways. I can go before the Supreme Court. I have already many times. It's just like, again, drunk bragging, right? I write, just by the way, let's just note, I write. That's his proof that he's not alcoholic. I write.
So do plenty of unhinged people on Twitter.
And by the way, so did Ernest Hemingway. And he had a significant drinking problem. And you ain't no Ernest Hemingway. All right, let's go back to the quote. So he's got the overwhelming proof that he writes. And he says, I do a podcast twice a week. I do a radio show 5 times a week. I answer questions from people constantly. I'm probably one of the sharpest guys you're ever gonna meet. And you wanna put me in a courtroom? I'll kick the crap out of anybody. I'm not an alcoholic.
I mean, you were in a courtroom dozens of times following the 2020 election.
You lost every case.
Didn't do so well. Didn't do so well. I don't want anyone to think that we're making light of alcoholism because it is a very serious illness. And for people who do struggle with it, I feel awful for them. But Rudy Giuliani has taken it upon himself to continue being in the public spotlight, making a fool out of himself while also, putting out all these insane conspiracy theories about the election and all, like just go away. He is not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Not to the American people and certainly not to himself.
One of the ways that we found out.
Is he married? Does he have a wife?
He's had, I think, 3, but I forget if he's on to his 4th or not. And so there was also, I forget exactly how many times he's gotten married. You could Google it if you want to torture
Come get
yourself.
your man, like what's wrong with you? Come on.
Oh, I mean, nobody's getting Rudy. He ain't nobody's man.
But by the way, even if he's not married, whatever, he's got to have someone in his life who sees what's happening. Like, Put your arm around his shoulder and help him out. Like this is not good. This is very bad.
No, because these folks surround themselves with even worse people that leech onto them, like his son.
Yeah.
So his son is using him for his own political career, which doesn't exist. But he's running for some sort of office, pretending he's a real person. He said, "Oh, I've been involved in politics my whole life. I've been walking around my lunatic dad, he's had scotch after scotch." He didn't say that. Okay, so and then there's his other best friend, Donald Trump. And so by the way, Rudy had money because of all these legal issues. He's now run out of money. And now he's have to put himself in a situation where he's begging Trump for money. And you know Trump's saying no. So now Rudy's a hot mess and his face is leaking and he's screaming to randos on the street, "I'm not an alcoholic."
Oh my God.
Right? So this is, but you know what? I love to see it.
No, it makes me sad.
No, it would make me sad for a normal person, but this guy's done a ton of damage to the country, including by trying to destroy our democracy with this nonstop lies, which finally brings me back to how we found out about his alcoholism in the first place. So again, we're not the ones charging that he's an alcoholic and drinks all the time. We don't know him personally. It's right-wingers that are doing that. And one of them leaked to a reporter that on the night of the election, Rudy had drank all night, and when Trump asked for advice, he's like, "Why don't you just declare yourself the winner, man?" He's like, "Oh, why don't you say you won?" And everybody was like, "No, don't do that. That's not sophisticated. That's not how we're gonna do it." By the way, let's note for the record, Trump wound up taking that advice. Of a drunken Rudy that other right-wingers were trying to stop because he was so embarrassing. And Trump's like, "Oh, Rudy's got an idea. Why don't we just lie and say we won? Yeah, I'm running with that."
This story, man, this story has taken so many turns. So my informant has just informed me that Rudy Giuliani is not in fact married. He has had 3 wives. One was a woman named Judith, making it Rudy and Judy Giuliani. But here's where it takes another turn. Another one of them was his cousin.
Oh yeah. And so they had the kiss and cousin situation, and I think Judy reigned on that parade, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't want to know anymore.
And then I think he kicked out his wife from the mayor's mansion. This is my rough recollection. It's like when Newt Gingrich divorced his wife in the hospital.
He was the mayor when this stuff was happening?
Oh yeah. The guy's never had any bounds. And then look, think about it. If he's not drunk, which person goes around going, "I'll kick your ass in the Supreme Court, baby"? Like that, you were the mayor of New York. If you have actually appeared in the Supreme Court, but like you don't go around saying, "I'm one of the best lawyers of all time, man. Everybody knows that. I go to Supreme Court any day, man. I don't kick your ass there." I hope you're drunk. Otherwise, you're just embarrassing because of who you are. That's even maybe arguably worse.
Dude, ironically, this story is really making me crave a whiskey on the rocks. Like I think I might have one on a Monday night, and that's actually a no-no. Like I usually try not to drink.
No, I don't have it. I never have it. I haven't had 10 whiskeys. I've been treated for 10 whiskeys. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.